Hi, listeners. Welcome to the She Speaks Life podcast, a weekly encouragement where we share our God stories. I'm your host, Jayme Elizabeth, and I am so glad you are spending time with us today to listen. Hi, listeners. We are about to dig into episode 3 on this podcast, Exploring the Light. If you haven't already listened to the first 2 episodes, I want to encourage you to do so. These first 3 episodes are the pillars of why we do this podcast. It is God-inspired, set on His firm foundation of truth, and I can't wait to send you different episodes each week. I would like to dive right into when the light began. So I'm going to take us to the first part of creation in Genesis 1 through 5. It says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Then God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Then He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. And evening passed and morning came, marking the first day." As we see God creating light through His spoken word, God called the light good. The light was spoken into existence before the creation of animals, plants, and humans, so that it would be ready to bring life, growth, and warmth. Here we will cover some parallels of how God reveals to us the various functions of light with the physical and the spiritual. Jumping into John 1 through 5, it says, "In the beginning, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He existed in the beginning with God. God created everything through Him, and nothing was created except through Him. The Word gave life to everything that was created, and His life brought light to everyone. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it." The Word, which we know is Jesus, was there in the very beginning of creation, and through Him, He gave life to everything created, and out of His life brings light to everyone. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus' life brings light to not just a few, but He says to everyone. Jesus expels the darkness so we don't need to be lost anymore, and one can find their way. Now, looking at the physical aspects of light, we need light to guide us. We need light for things to grow, and we need light for warmth. Now, if we take those things and apply it in the spiritual, we see the same similarities. Jesus, who is light, guides us by showing us the right way to go in life. He also guides us by shining the light in the dark places in our life that He wants to heal, so we can begin to walk the path of His best plan in our life. Jesus, who is light, causes us to grow in His truth, and when we grow, we become in the likeness of Him, reflecting the image of how God designed each one of us. Jesus, who is light, also keeps us warm with His love and peace. Like standing near a blazing fire, it sends warmth throughout our bodies and brings comfort to our souls. Jesus' presence brings us warm comfort that is so supernatural, it's hard for us to describe at times. So now let's jump into what Jesus says in Matthew 5:14 about the light in us. Jesus says, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father. Jesus calls us the light of the world because his light lives inside us. We are called to shine the light for all to see so that Jesus will be praised. When we live for Jesus, we don't hide our light by not speaking about him, but instead we become his witness to show others Jesus' gentle love and kindness. And how do we do that? By sharing our stories about what God has done or where you are with him in life. It brings an influential light for others to grow strong in their relationship with Jesus. For example, I'm sure you have shined a light on a dark trail before. The light is there to get rid of the darkness and guide you the right way to get to your destination. The same truth is in the light Jesus gives us. He is our guide to outshine the darkness and lead us on the right trail in life. And since we are carriers of his light, we too can help others along the right path as we show Jesus' tender love leading the way. Have you ever had someone shine a flashlight in your eyes or had the sun in your eyes? It does not feel that great. In fact, you can't see anything. When we point out others' sins, it makes one want to turn away and not understand. But when we share the love of Jesus by sharing what he has done for us, that light becomes radiantly attractive to where one will want to keep following. I'm so passionate about spreading his light to others through our life stories so that everyone will see and praise our Heavenly Father. God is so worthy of praise. I love this verse in Psalm 145:3. It says, "Great is the Lord, he is most worthy of praise. No one can measure his greatness." I hope you found today encouraging and pray your week is filled with brilliant light, all for the one whose greatness cannot be measured. Thank you so much for listening today. I trust that God has encouraged you through this message. For more information on this ministry and to access free downloads, please visit my website at jaymeelizabeth.com and sign up. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at Jayme Elizabeth She Speaks Life. That's JAYME Elizabeth She Speaks Life. Until next time, my friends, I pray God reveals himself through your own life story.